Why do you think we love scary shit? What is it? Kind of like the adrenaline? Is there an adrenaline rush? Kind of like going
I
on a
think
roller coaster?
I think that's exactly what it is. I want to just kind of feel a little scared.
Welcome to Passed Out, a podcast where history, mystery, the occult, and the cosmos collide. Tonight's our Halloween special. We're going to be talking about Welcome to Derry, weapons, and Good Boy. If you like scary movies, stay curious.
Welcome to Passed Out, special Halloween episode. What's up, guys?
Hola.
What's up?
All right. You guys feeling in the spirit yet?
Oh yeah,
You know,
I did a
Halloween.
little Paranormal Activity recap last night.
Nice.
What did you watch?
1, 2, and then 4, because like the other ones don't really fit into like the main timeline with Katie.
Okay.
Like I was just like watching the Katie related ones, except for the kid. Like I think the one where they were kids is the third one. I remember that one.
Yeah, that's the third one when Katie and her sister are kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I kind of remember where Toby came from. They they gave it permission by talking to him and stuff and having a. They're like, hey, you want to have like a fucking tea party?
A lot of people think that those movies kind of go off the rails, but I kind of like where they go. I think it's fun. I really like the last, like the one where they were in the apartment complex, dude, and I loved that one. Is that the fourth one?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, the one in L.A. where like the neighbor lady's like a witch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like the
fourth or fifth one.
It would have to be the fifth one because fourth was Ghost Dimension.
Okay.
Oh
cool.
yeah,
And that was like the first one that kind of wasn't on the Katie timeline.
Okay.
And then Next of Kin was like, I don't know if that had anything to do with it. So I just watched the main ones I determined that were part of her timeline.
Yeah.
And because I remember the other ones, it was her timeline. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Do you think they made too many of those to where it kind of killed the found footage genre? Or do you think
never?
No.
They made a new one. I'd watch it right now.
I kind of feel like that jump started the found footage thing. Like it was popular.
Blair Witch.
It was okay, but hear me out, all right? Blair Witch like made it super popular in like 1999, okay? But then the boom of everybody making found footage movies didn't really happen until after 2007 when the first Paranormal Activity came out. I feel like that's when I started seeing tons of found footage, and that's when like VHS and like everybody started doing it. Now there's so many. There's some really good ones out there though.
I mean, think about how much more active the internet was then, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the internet taking off probably had a lot, like, the people that had seen Blair Witch like as a young adult were now like of the age to create their own, their own works. So I think it kind of makes sense for the arc, you know what I mean? But yeah, Blair, personally, like the second one was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
When did that come out? Like 2016?
No.
The
Blair Witch 2?
Oh, I don't remember.
No, not the new one. I'm talking about like the actual sequel.
There's a sequel?
Yeah, dude. It had like Marilyn
real?
Manson in the soundtrack. It was like the best one.
How the fuck do I not know about this?
Dude, it was a little
crazy.
cheesy, but it was overall like it kind of had like a little bit of like a Rob Zombie feel to it. Like it wasn't like found footage at all. But it was like
so weird to depart from like what like made you like blow up. you're like the first one's found footage and it was a hit, but guess what? We're not gonna do that now. Peace out.
I kind of get it.
I mean, it was kind of like
I get it though, because the first one, the main thing about that was the marketing that they did behind it, to where they made it seem like it was an actual true story, and that was part of the horror of not knowing what really happened to those people. A lot of people, I mean, including myself, I was only 12 when it came out, but a lot of people thought that shit was real.
Thought it was. Yeah, they
It's
did.
still a conspiracy for no reason.
Like none of those people ever like did like another movie or anything, right? So like they can, so like they've kind of kept up the allure that like they really are they really have disappeared. I saw something about this recently where they were like, it's the anniversary of the disappearance of these 3 people, and it's like
They
the
had a
camera, it was
reunion.
like the picture. Okay.
They did. I don't know if
Right.
that was approved by the people who did Blair Witch, but the cast did.
That was like the production team that did that, didn't they? Like
What,
were
the
the people
reunion?
from the original film at the reunion thing?
Yeah, it was all the actors.
Oh, that's funny as hell. Like it's just out there and like people are like, no, but they're still missing.
You can't avoid it forever if you're not actually missing.
People are
Crazy.
in so do not like, oh, that's a deep fake. Like
Deep fake or double, body double.
Yeah, it just became a thing now. Like as far as being a problem now. Like it
One found footage film that I thought was a little underrated, but I guess like any modern horror movie kind of is cheesy as well. It was As Above, So Below. It kind of starts out as a found footage and then it becomes an actual film from the
That's
third
the
person.
one. That's the one where they go down into the catacombs, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
Paris. Okay. I remember the beginning, and I remember like all the bones and shit. I just don't really remember what happened.
I watched that when we lived with you, actually.
Dude, that's because I was like going through like a found footage phase, and I was downloading hella found footage movies, and like all those flash drives were like full of found footage movies.
sick, dude. You should see if you could find them again. I'd be curious to see like what you have in your collection. I still have like a core of the movies that I downloaded from like way back. Like it's not all horror, but it's a lot of horror, and then like stuff like American Gangster, and a lot of it's in 720. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
a rainy day when the power goes out, and I just but my laptop's still charged. That's kind of like for stuff like that.
And these were all downloaded legally. We don't promote piracy of any sort.
No, we don't.
We've never done that. Never will.
Never will.
I mean, that's why they were in an older resolution, because I only paid for 720 because 720 was what was available when I got them.
Yeah, ripping them off DVDs.
Essentially.
But...
Yeah, you kind of have to buy the DVD to do it. Like,
Exactly. But yeah, no, I've always really been big on horror movies.
They've really.
What have you been watching, Arash?
I just saw Good Boy in the theaters a couple weeks ago.
How was that? Tell me about that.
So
I just started
it's a super interesting concept.
It's fucking
spoiler
weird,
alert. But what happens is that it takes perspective. It's from the dog's perspective, and you see the owner of the dog kind of just coughing up blood, bleeding, and the guy's sister asks if he's okay, and he ends up going to his grandfather's cottage or cabin, and the dog notices some dark force in the house with them. And long story short, you kind of find out early on that the metaphor is that the dog knows that his owner is about to die, and the dark figure.
I think we watched different movies.
Maybe so. But this dark figure eventually catches up to the guy, and he dies, and then the sister finds the dog, and the dog goes with her. But so once you kind of find out that the metaphor is impending death for the owner, it kind of loses that mystery of if the dog's going to be okay or not, which I did check on doesthedogdie.com, and that's the only reason I watched it. What did you see, Rob? What were you thinking
of? It was like this, I think, Swedish movie or something, and it's about a guy that keeps another guy as a dog. The guy wears like a dog costume. I only got to the part where he's like on the date with the girl. I haven't gotten further in than that, but like it shows him like interacting with this man in a dog suit, like it's an actual dog. And
is it a fetish?
I thought so, but there was nothing. There was no hanky panky. Like the guy literally acted like a dog. Like he was just like in a dog suit all the time. Really weird. But it was all subtitles, so I had to take a break because you have to like, I really like movies like that for a particular reason. Like if I don't want to be distracted by anything and I want to hyper focus on the movie, subtitles are like the best way to do that. Cause like you have to like read while you're watching it. And
I have to do that anyways because I can't fucking hear fucking what anybody's saying anymore.
sometimes that too. It's a dude. Do you ever notice like when the subtitles will say something funny, like it'll kind of like spoil the moment in like a horror movie, like it'll like describe the sound on the screen before the thing starts happening.
Ominous,
but like the description is like violent ass play, just like in parentheses, and it's like what?
Dude, our subtitles are wrong all the time. Yeah, it's probably the way I enunciate words, but it's so off that it's pretty funny, but a little annoying too.
I have to type in your name every time because it thinks it makes it A and then Rush.
One movie that it was a foreign movie that you need subtitles with. It's one of my, wouldn't say favorite because I wouldn't be able to watch it again. But it's called High Tension. It's a French movie, and
I've seen that thing.
Oh man, that covers all the worst shit pretty much. The most realistic head severing I'd seen. I mean, I don't know how actual head severing looks like, but it was brutal.
I don't know. I thought Texas Chainsaw was pretty realistic for its time.
It's crazy that's based on a true story.
Texas Chainsaw?
Yeah.
Well, it's based off of Ed Gein.
Yeah. Ooh, Ed Gein's been having a year too. Have you guys seen American Crime? Is that what it is? On Netflix?
I started with Charlie Hunnam as Ed Gein. Dude, yeah, that shit's weird. I watched like one or two episodes.
Sons of Anarchy.
From SOA. Mm-hmm.
His voice is super weird in that, but that's how Ed Gein did speak.
No, he's like the perfect person for that role. Like, because, you know, if you go back into like the stuff from the Ed Gein case, like all the other like, you know, true crime people would talk about how he was like a lot like Gacy, like he had this charismatic air to him, and like he was like slightly, you know, like above average attraction, but like
not
weird
John
at
Wayne
the same
Gacy.
time.
You mean Ted Bundy? John Wayne Gacy was not.
Yeah. John Wayne Gacy was the clown, right?
Yeah, but even without his makeup, he was still like, you know, he was still handsome enough to be charismatic. I mean, I guess if you're into fat fucks, but anyhow, no, because he's like disarming. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Gacy wasn't exactly like, without his makeup and all that, he wasn't exactly like, or even with the makeup. Like, I feel like the clown persona kind of gave him this disarming effect to kids. He's only like, you know, scary to adults because like adults are the only people that are been alive long enough to realize that clowns and the nature, I mean, modern clowns, you know, their depiction, a lot of it's based on like stuff from like really racist shit from the 1920s.
And we cover this in a previous highway robbery episode, if you want to check that out, about why clowns are so scary. We'll link it down below.
Speaking of clowns, I watched the first episode of Welcome to Derry last night, the It prequel.
I'm waiting.
You're waiting?
Yeah. I want to binge it.
I was going to spoil it.
No. I'll forget by then anyway.
Okay. Yeah, the first episode's crazy. The first episode was crazy. They don't.
It's like in Roanoke, right?
It's still in Derry. Like takes place in Derry, Maine, where the first, you know, where the other It movies happen. So, but yeah, it's really good. You know, they're setting it up still. You know, kids. You know, you think you're following like you're essentially following a group of kids, just like in the movie. But, yeah, it's
how many years.
The first episode is. This is all right. So the first season, you start in 1962. They're going to make 3 seasons of this, by the way. So the first season's 1962, and then they're going back in time. They're going to go back to like 1935 for season 2, and then 1908 for season 1, and they're like kind of tracing back through like these every 27-year appearances of Pennywise.
But season 3 is going to be 1908.
Yes, yeah. So season 3 will be 1908. What did I say? Season 2 again?
It says season 1 again.
Oh, whoops, my bad. So
that's weird that they're going back in time like that. You'd think it would go chronologically.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I heard the director talking about it after the first episode, but the first episode, dude, it's just like the movie where like it opens on an insane death that is just so fucking creepy. I was like, oh my god, this is insane. There may have been a mutant baby fucking birth in a car. It was, yeah, dude, it's wild. And then it slows down a little bit, kind of introduces you to kind of the kids you're following, and then it starts killing like everybody who you think is going to be the main cast, and you're like, what this is crazy. They killed so many people in the first episode, and and they didn't even show Pennywise yet.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I think they're gonna tease it. I think they're gonna hold back and like make you wait to see Pennywise till probably maybe the end of episode 3, maybe episode 4. But I think they're gonna give it a minute till you like actually see the clown.
Oh, okay, so he's more like a poltergeist in the first part.
Yes, he's like, well, I think he's a shapeshifter in general, and he just presents himself as the clown. Like if you like, I think like one of the crazy forms at the end of the first movie is like supposed to be his like real form of like what the demon actually looks like. But like, my understanding is that he is a demon that landed here, like thousands and thousands of years ago, and has just haunted that land and the sewer system ever since, and wakes up every 27 years and eats a bunch of fucking kids. So.
That's weird. 27.
27.
It's, they're bringing back the kind of slasher movies. Granted, It and Pennywise, it's probably for nostalgia reasons, bringing it back.
No, I think he didn't want to eat microplastics anymore.
Microplastics are I wouldn't be shocked if there's a microplastics horror movie soon.
There probably will be. So,
but in the 80s, it was your typical slashers like Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, and then 90s kind of continued it, and you get to the found footage era. Now it's kind of more the psychological. I think Saw kind of changed the game for that.
Mm-hmm.
You could maybe count Saw as a slasher in it in a weird way.
Yeah, the Saw movies are pretty gory. Like they kind of give like slasher gore to me, just like the slasher is a trap.
You're right. I don't know, which ones do you find the most, which ones creep you out the most? What kind of horror movies?
I like ghost horror. Like that's what actually scares me. Like the first Conjuring movie like kind of gives me chills, and it will always give me chills. And it's like the tricks that like kind of creep me out are always the like hide and clap in that movie fucking just makes my spine, no matter how many times I've seen it, and I've seen it a lot because it's one of my favorite movies. But like hide and clap creeps me the fuck out, and like just some of the little tricks, like the way that they like wind up the toys, and just a lot of it's that like tension and build up in the ghost story for me, that like, and it never really and it doesn't start off like that, it just, I like tension, and I like things that let it build up before it explodes and shows you their cards.
What about you, Rob?
That's what creeps me out.
Like I prefer folk horror, so like Hereditary, Midsummer, The Wicker Man from '73, which is kind of like a slow burn, but it's a really interesting one, especially for the era. Like there's a movie that's kind of follows a similar type of folk horror kind of a vibe, and that's A Dark Song, which is probably the most realistic depiction of the Abramelin ceremonial ritual that I've ever seen, like on film before. I think the only one I've seen. But as far as like ritual performed for, for the movie was pretty realistic. Nightmare on Elm Street was probably one of my early favorites. But I never really got into slashers. Like I liked the aspect that he was going to get you in your dreams with Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
Red State. I don't know if Red State's considered horror, but
It's considered a horror movie. I would consider,
but the people are the monsters, right? And
yes.
I went back and I watched a movie from like the early 2000s the other day called The Descent, which is like another one where like the people are the monsters, because like technically the people in those caves don't have to technically be paranormal, supernatural, or anything. They just could have been living in caves, like like a sister species.
Those things creep me out. The Descent is up there on movies that I think are super fucking scary, but like it's claustrophobic.
Well, that's
it's
the one
like
where they go to the caves. It's
dark.
a bunch of chicks go to the cave and they
in Appalachia.
Dude. Yeah.
And the fucking and the blind monsters that like get them, dude. And like the first time that she sees it, when she's like looking back on the camera and it's like behind her. Oh, dude.
And
I
when
love
it's
the
eating,
Descent. This shit's good.
If I'm not mistaken, it's like eating one of the chicks.
Yes, like eating bones and shit like that. Like, yes,
that was really bad.
Yeah, dude. And like that's one of those movies that like has like a jump scare in the very beginning. Like they're like, we're gonna run this pole through the dude's head, opening fucking scene.
But
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. It was like Final Destination as an
yeah.
opener. I was like, oh shit.
Yes.
I mean, like, so it like sets it up like this girl has been through some shit. She is not like she wanted semi-easy, cave dive.
Yeah.
Reminds me of
her friend
the
was
one
like,
chick
no.
turns pretty quick in that movie. Like she turns on her friend, pretty fast.
You talk about Juno? Like
yes.
It turns out
yeah.
Well, she stabs her in the leg at the end before she gets away from her. But spoiler alert, it's from like 2006. So I don't think. But it was kind of crazy when Juno catches back up to her when she has to go back in the second one. And she's like, oh shit.
I like the second one. I thought the second one was good, where they had to take all the cops back in, and they're like, all right, well, there's actually like, let's go in this way. But like that one escalates quick too.
Well, yeah, it was just a continuation. Like it takes place within the same week.
Well, I know. Yeah, it's like right after, right?
I watched them back to back, and it's way. The second one, it only makes sense to watch if you just watch the first one. Otherwise, it's like, I could see why it didn't do great at the box office, because unless you watched the first one at home beforehand, like you're probably
which I did. I saw the first one when it first came out, and then like I think the other one came out like 4 or 5 years later.
The Claustrophobia is a big one.
Oh,
yeah.
Which what?
Claustrophobia, like that game, Subnautica. A lot of people are creeped out playing that because you're basically in the water the whole time, but you have to go through these tight spaces, and people love it, and they're creeped out by it just because there's these tight spaces to where you just can't breathe. It gives you that feeling.
I'm not here for that.
Dude, the first Senua game is fucked up like that.
Really?
It's like, because like the whole premise of at least the first one is, I think the second one's a continuation of it, but the main character is a living version of like a Valkyrie or whatever. So like she's from like Scandinavia, and she's exploring the underworld and trying to bring someone back or something like that. So like you're trying to like find all these gates. It's almost like a puzzle game, and that's why I stopped playing it, because I was like, man, fuck. I don't have time for this. I'm like, it's one of those games, like if you're not smart, like you're just going to end up watching YouTube tutorials to finish it.
Right.
But it's cool to play if you're like actually tripping, because then you're like,
Why do you think?
But not like you.
Oh, go ahead.
But not super hard though. Like obviously you can't. You got to be able to see the screen.
yeah, I bet. Why do you think we love scary shit? Like what? is it kind of like the adrenaline? Is there an adrenaline rush, kind of like going on a
I
roller
think so. Yeah,
coaster?
dude. I think so. I think that's exactly what it is. It's like, oh my, yeah, dude. Like I want to just kind of feel a little scared.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've had so much stuff happen around me, and like stuff that I've witnessed firsthand and secondhand. Like just like watching a Christmas tree slowly, like it was like standing vertically. I watched the tape slowly peel off the damn thing. The doors of the fucking box open, and then the tree was like slowly like tugging its way like down like to the floor. I thought this shit was hilarious, but like
Wait, what?
I don't know. Like I
Is that a metaphor?
no. Like it was like
A Christmas tree falling?
uh I
Was
had
it
like a
was
little
Was it like a
scary?
paranormal experience?
yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay, okay.
They're like little like leprechauns or goblins or something. I think leprechauns are big. They're not really little people, but like some type of small elemental that like I'm guessing they were goblins because they were acting like cats, like
Hmm.
darting around a lot, um, being mischievous. Like at one point, I think it was happening around the time that my aunt had withheld from the entire family that my grandfather had passed. So I was like contemplating on figuring out how I could like train them to like sneak into her house and like punch her in the eye in the middle of the night.
Training
Um,
goblins. Cool.
dude, it's like training a cat though. It's not
Uh-huh.
possible. Like you got to be real disciplined and have a lot of time on your hands to get it done. I just didn't have that. Either
Uh,
way,
Is this your
but
only experience with goblins?
with goblins, yeah. Um, I've seen like little fire demons like chopping woods in the forest before. Um, uh, when I was 19, I was like probably the most sober part of my life, like from cannabis and like everything, because I was in Job Corps, so I didn't have access to a lot of stuff. And for like a few months there, uh, like I was just kind of going along with it to see if I could do it. You know what I mean? Because I've been smoking weed since I was 15. I thought, a little tea break, I'm on federal property, might as well. That didn't last long. I already served time for that, so can't get me there.
Speaking of scary, sober Rob would be pretty scary.
But yeah, no, so I'm like walking through a field and like the landscape physic like the terrain itself didn't change, but the state of the terrain, like everything was on fire all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, you
Like
talked about this in Highway Robbery
yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah. So there was that experience. There was did I talk
Let's
about did I talk about the guy I bought a guitar from? My first medium experience?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it. Maybe I just forgot to tell you guys about the goblins, but um
Interesting. Well, I do think there is like some psychological thing for horror and just probably, humans past, but as a genre, I do feel like it's like the most like off-putting genre for some people. I feel like you either love it or you won't go near it.
oh
I don't.
sure.
Yeah. Maybe close second would be romantic comedies. But yeah,
I
I
agree.
kind of touching on that though. I think there's been a lot of horror movies released this year, and part of the reason I was thinking about why, and part of the reason I think why is because it's one of the few genres, personally, that I feel that the movie theater experience really uplifts the entire thing. Like it's a good date night if your date's into horror movies as well. Uh, Being around other people creep the fuck out, and then gasping at certain parts, it's fun. And then the darkness of the theater and the sound system that they have there. So I think all those elements combined, that's why you see a lot more horror movies nowadays. Um, there's been quite a
There have been
bit.
some really good ones this year too.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Like I haven't got a chance to watch Sinners yet, but I've been like meaning to get around to that. I'm like halfway through Werewolves, and that one was okay. I wasn't super taken aback by it. I just think kind of like The Purge with werewolves, which, you know, it's okay. Like it's kind of like you have to be in the mood for it, kind of a thing.
Sinners is really good. I highly recommend it if you're looking for like a good like kind of period vampire movie.
Well,
Like
hell yeah,
it's
yeah,
very good.
exactly.
It's really good. And then
Weapons is what I've
yeah,
been waiting for to come on streaming.
Weapons is crazy. I watched it like 2 weeks ago, and it is. I loved it. It was like it'll probably be the best horror movie I watched this year. Honestly, I don't know if anything's gonna top it at this point.
I don't know. I've heard some good stuff about Black Phone too.
I've heard a lot of really bad things about the Bad Phone too. So
Really?
yeah, a lot of people that I know are kind of shitting on it. I really liked the first one; it was good, and Ethan Hawke was he's good. He does a really good kind of creepy, killer. He's good.
Yeah, I guess they're going to focus more on the grabber or whatever. I haven't really seen it yet, but like a friend of a friend was like one of the stunt guys for the movie for the first one. So I feel bad that I haven't watched it yet, but it's like now that there's like a second one, I'm like, oh, cool. I can just like, watch them back to back.
Ethan Hawke, isn't that the name of the main character of Mission Impossible?
That's Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt. Okay. Yeah. Whenever I see his name, I'm just like, was he just named after the character in Mission Impossible? And it just kind of bugged me.
Close though. Close though. It's certainly close to where it's like you're getting like a reminder.
Yeah. It's like a Mandela effect going on.
Yeah, it's in an alternate world they might be switched names.
Tom Cruise is in Black Phone too.
Ethan Hunt is he's why can't I think of a single Ethan Hawke movie when I started?
This says a lot about Ethan Hawke, right?
What else has come out? But yeah, no, dude. Did you like the director of Weapons' first movie, Rob?
What's that?
Barbarian.
I need to go back and watch that one. I just kind of learned about the the existence of both of those movies within the last few weeks. So
okay, Barbarian is fucking crazy too. He's good, man. I think he's gonna be like one of those good horror directors. So I feel like we're getting a lot of those lately. Like Robert Eggers, another really good fucking director who's just cranking out good fucking horror movies.
He did the new Nosferatu, right?
Yes, he did. He did The Witch. He did The Witch, which is like one of my favorite fucking like modern horror movies.
That's the period one you're talking about, right?
Yes.
It's like so
the one with Anya
and, like,
Taylor-Joy.
Desaturated. It's like
the one with Anya
almost
Taylor-Joy,
black and white.
Yeah, Black Phillip. Shit's good. I love that movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And is he doing Nightmare on Elm Street this year, or he's redoing another film?
He's redoing. He's working on a werewolf movie right now.
Okay,
I'm not sure. So he's making a werewolf movie right now, and then after this werewolf movie, he's making Labyrinth 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think
Labyrinth,
I can't remember where we
David
talked about.
Bowie's Labyrinth.
Yes, like David Bowie's Labyrinth. They are making a second one with that director.
Dude, are they going to make it scary?
I hope so. I hope they lean into the scary a little bit, like just kind of like Jim Henson could be scary if they just kind of leaned over a little bit. I don't know if you guys watched it could be like Mad God.
For its time, it was kind of scary.
Dude. But have either of you heard of Mad God? It is the director. It's stop motion, and the main character nobody talks in the whole movie. It's like it was a passion project of like one of the animators for Star Wars who did like miniatures and models and built shit for Star Wars. But like it took him 30 years to make this movie in his garage, and he just spent 30 years making this movie in his garage, and it is a very real kind of creepy. It looks like it looks like if Jim Henson leaned into the horror aspect of it, dude. It is crazy, and it's like in a nuclear war zone, and you're just like following this like character moving through this grotesque world, and it's beautiful in some parts, especially at the end, but like there's some crazy like stop motion puppet shit happening throughout the thing. So it's like an hour and 20 minutes, but it's a good just it's it's silent. Like there's background music and noise and shit like that, dude, but like there's not a single character that talks in the whole movie.
That kind of adds to the creepiness, I bet.
It
That's
does
kind
add
of
to
how
the
Sisu
creepiness,
starts.
dude.
Like when the beginning of Sisu, like there's like no like talking whatsoever. Like you're just following this guy around looking for gold.
Interesting.
You ever seen that?
No, I
It's not
haven't.
exactly horror. It's kind of like do you remember Fury, the World War II tank movie?
I know what it is. I've just never watched it.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like that. But basically, it's about this guy. He's a real guy. This is like based on true events, and he was like a commander, Finnish commander during World War II, and he retired, and he was just like mining, panning for gold afterwards. And a bunch of Nazis start fucking with him and live to regret it because they were no longer living. It's like very violent, but like this guy is just like unkillable, but like in almost a more lovable way than like any kind of any kind of villain or anything like that. It's just very, very interesting. Like this guy was, yeah, I don't know, like the real guy had like 1,000 kills or something like that. He was like a sniper.
Interesting. Well, is there any other horror movies you guys want to touch on while we're still kind of in the movie portion of this?
I mean, shout out to Beetlejuice. Even the new one, I thought it was fun. Shining, of course. I'm just listing off ones that I really enjoy that I could think of right now.
What about this? How do you feel about Rob Zombie's Halloween versus the original one?
I liked it.
I like Rob Zombie's Halloween.
I would say
like
it's
the original.
one of the top Halloweens.
Yeah, I
don't know
kind
if it's
of
the best
started
one,
to like Halloween because of him.
I think a lot of people, well, a lot of people younger than us, especially, kind of feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I was around for the original, series of films, but it was just kind of like, like Jason Voorhees. Like there wasn't really much of a difference, and I wasn't really into that particular franchise either. Like it was just, I didn't know all the lore because by time I was old enough to realize these movies existed. It was like the 6th or 8th installment or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like where like my brain really like latched onto it was like I was probably about 10, and it was like Halloween H2O,
which is one of the
like,
worst ones.
Yeah, dude, and that was kind of like my entry for it. But I feel like I went back and watched a lot of them, and I was like, the first one's really good, and I actually like the second one. And I think it's funny that like the newer ones, they're like, we're gonna skip everything past the first one, fuck everything, and now we're gonna finish this story. And I'm like, I actually think it was kind of funny when like Michael was like, you know what, I survived the first movie, and I'm gonna go fuck with her at the hospital now. Like, so,
yeah, I guess he was a little bit different. It seemed like there was actually spite with him.
Yeah,
with Jason, it was just more like random.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was always somebody different. Which I mean, I feel like that, like kind of like the whole Jason Voorhees thing, like really like that type of horror was super prominent in the '90s.
Yeah,
and you had to like look for other types of stuff. Like, do you remember the Warlock series, like Warlock or Warlock 2? Dude, that movie was fucking weird. I saw that shit when I was like 9 or 10. And like it was like supernatural horror, but it was like Buffy level like horror.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't super, it wasn't super messed up. But I saw, that's when I saw Buffy. I was like 9 years old. But like the original one was actually kind of scary.
I just watched Leprechauns in the Hood.
Nice.
I heard about this one. So there's Cocaine Bear, right? But there's called Crackoon, where it's a raccoon on crack. And it reminded me of when I first moved here, there was a story. I don't think it was Florida. I think it was Ohio, but it sounded like a Florida story about this raccoon who was caught in a car.
Oh, the raccoon with the meth pipe?
With the meth pipe, yeah. And it just reminded me of that. But raccoon cracked me up. That's a perfect name. And it kind of sounds like a Pokemon. I'm pretty sure that's a Pokemon's name. It's like raccoon. Apparently there's a sloth horror movie too, where he's just like really slow to kill you, and I don't know how that could be fucking scary, but
that's so funny though.
Yeah. Animal horror.
Oh man. It is a big genre, dude. Like you think about like all the shark movies and all the dinosaur movies, like animal horror is like thing.
I want to see Big Shark really bad. Tommy Wiseau.
That's the Tommy Wiseau. Yeah.
It looks fantastic. But yeah, that's
did you guys ever?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Did you guys ever see Serpent in the Rainbow? It was also like based on a true story, and it was about like this pharmacist that goes to Haiti to like do like research on this drug that's like supposedly making people into zombies, and they ended up taking it back to America and developing it into like I think something that was like a popular drug for a little while, like a pharmaceutical, but I don't remember exactly what it was for. I don't think it was like that, but it was just God, I can't remember the name of the actor that's like the main character. He was the dad in Casper the Friendly Ghost. Okay. I remember that much.
Okay.
God, why can't I remember his name?
Bill Pullman.
Yes,
that's right.
Bill Pullman. Yeah. So like, he gets like trapped in a coffin and stuff. It's like another one of those movies that's like very claustrophobic. Like
that movie with Ryan
it gets
Reynolds. Scary. Buried, I think it's called.
Buried.
And that's a whole movie is him in the casket. And that one,
that's crazy.
I haven't watched it just because like I literally can't, like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I can handle caves and like claustrophobic like situations, but the casket, dude, something about the casket just like really messes with my head. Like being buried alive, like, dude, I cannot like that. I think that might be my biggest fear.
Yeah, it's I'm surprised I was able to get through it, but it messed me up.
Yeah, dude, that sounds so rough. I can't even imagine filming that. Like, of all the shit that we've talked about him on this podcast, I respect him for that.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie of his, honestly.
Yeah, probably the most honest performance of his, honestly. Just, but I think we're about out of time here. But,
okay.
So. I'm going to call it, but everybody, I hope you guys have a great Halloween, and we will see you after the holiday. As usual, stay curious.
Bye.